morning. Some exciting things that Jeremy ordered for me. These are stackable storage bins for the milk room that we're gonna convert over to today. I have one more coming. Also, I got my 100-foot expandable hose. Works perfectly. And they got the solar system kind of started. So I'm going to explain all that to you today, but my brother-in-law has to come over and explain it to me, and they have to finish setting it up. But they got a piece of it kind of set up and done. Good morning. I fed them last night because it was very cold. It's in the 20s this morning. It's a bit frosty. Everybody's ready for breakfast. So I'm excited. Since so many of you guys were interested in the whole solar setup, I'm about to be able to get rid of this extension cord running from my garage to my milk barn like today. So all they have left to do is mount the solar panels and kind of screw some holes in to run wire. The rest of it is ready to go. That's really exciting. There's your little sneak peek. I'm gonna have Darren explain how all this works to me, and then I'll explain it to you guys. But this is our little system, and these are our panels that they have to mount today. And I have a little thing that tells me where my battery is. Let's see how the goats are doing. How are goats doing? It amazes me that you guys still have not finished up this hay. We may need to dump it out and start over. Hi, Padme. There are no goats in here. That's very chilly. Are you guys ready for breakfast? We're ready for breakfast? There's a kitty. We're gonna have like several of these, like I think 3. My other brother-in-law has some extra ones I think we're gonna borrow. Somebody's making a very strange noise. Because of all this grass, they've all had really bad gas and it's been hysterical, like farting. So much farting has been going on with these guys. I don't look cold, no. Max goes to his new home tomorrow, so we've got to tattoo him. That's the only thing I haven't done is tattoo him. But it'll be good to get these little dudes gone. Okay, here we go. Let's get everybody fed. The gentleman just got back with the last bit of furniture from our other house. We had 2 big heavy pieces that have to go upstairs. Had to come from upstairs over there and go to upstairs over here. We needed some big manpower for that, so had to have the brothers. Must be Tinkerbell. Had somebody in heat today. So the water in the barn did freeze, but like just barely, like a little thin layer. The kitty was able to touch it with her nose and get it undone. Like just break it up with her nose. So that is a good sign. Hello, handsome boys. Ready for some breakfast? Yes, Tinkerbell is in heat. It'll be a fun day. She'll be over here talking to Waffles all day. Play goals. Everybody needs some water. We'll wait until they've all got water till lunch and get them filled up when it's a little bit warmer. I am a little concerned about Friday's video this week because it is pitch dark at 6:45 right now. And it wasn't pitch dark a few weeks ago before Christmas break. And I don't know if it's because it's been really cloudy and rainy every morning this week. So stay tuned. It may have to be an afternoon vlog only. Well, good morning. Do a quick check on their house before we bust up water. Just Just want to make sure that it's staying dry. We had another like full week of rain. Yesterday was the first day it didn't rain all day. Seems like everybody's staying really dry. It looks really dry, and it looks like the pigs pile up and the goats kind of pile in behind them, which is really great. Keeps everybody warm. Boy's house looks pretty dry. Having those T-posts there is handy, but I need to get out here and pick them all up. Because we had originally done wedge locks, we ended up having a bunch of 7-foot T-posts left. So I think we're gonna try to post the wedge locks and T-posts on Craigslist and see if anybody will buy them. See who wants to come out this morning. Come on, time to come out for the day. One kitty. There's two kitties. These are my two that usually follow me around in the mornings. I've already put cat food in all the bowls. They're funny. They're hoping for more breakfast. I need to put a little hay in the hay feeders just because it's really cold. You want them to have anything that they'll eat. The goal is to feed them things that require rumination and digestion that keeps them warm. For these guys, for the most part, that's just grass right now, which is really crazy for January, but also want them to have plenty of free choice hay. Everybody has some, nobody's touched it, but we will give them a little bit. The three musketeers, my three musketeers. Those are big boys. They need to get tattooed. What do you do, Billy Willy? Okay, so this is how the two solar panels are attached to the top of the goat barn. There are two different panels. One's a monocrystalline panel and one's a polycrystalline. The polycrystalline is a little bit cheaper. It didn't come with the mounting brackets. We had to buy those separately. And the monocrystalline hat came with the mounting brackets. So those were really the differences between the two panels. Each panel is a 100-watt, 12-volt solar panel. All of the things that we used for the solar system are linked in the description through our Amazon affiliate links if you get to the end of this and really want to check out all the things that we used. So we connected the two panels with solar connectors, Y-branch parallel adapter cables, and then ran the cables down the side of the roof and just drilled a hole to connect them into the milk room and ran the wire through. And then attached on the inside to the charge controller. They're attached in parallel instead of in series, and parallel just allows one panel to work even if the other panel is not working. We still get charge, and so that's where they come in and into the charge controller and are connected. So you can see the light is blinking, showing us that the panels are connected, and that shows that the battery is connected. The other green light, and then the other light just shows like what kind of battery is put into the charge controller. So the light blinks based on color, based on the battery. And so those two connections are wired into the battery, one into the positive and one into the negative. The battery is a lead acid battery, not a lithium ion battery. It's a 12-volt, 100-amp battery. So there's a shunt in the battery that he's pointing to, and that's helping us measure the voltage that's being used so that on the digital screen we can see how much the battery is charging, so how much we're like adding to the battery and then how much percentage of the battery is left, so we can make sure not to drain our battery completely. So it's all like in real time, so you can tell as you're using the system and charging the system what's happening. So if you're positive, then you're adding to your battery and you're charging, or if you're negative, you're drawing from the battery based on like how many amps you're using and how many amps the solar system is adding to the battery at the same time. So then the clips feed into the inverter that convert the energy from DC power to AC power. DC is what the battery is, and then AC is the same thing that you would run in your house. So that allows you to plug anything into it, and that's how we're running our lights or plugs or anything we run off the inverter, using the same, kind of plugs and electricity that you would use in your house. And we have the lights and things plugged in, as you can see, and I think they said it was a 1500 watt inverter. So it's gonna run more than we will ever use. So on the little screen, it will show you a positive or negative sign, like there's a triangle and you can kind of see it has a negative sign. It is showing me that I'm drawing more than I'm putting in because the sun is going down, and so it's cloudy and we're not pulling in as much energy as we're using, and so that enables me to know, am I charging my battery or not? So during the day today, we left the lights on, both the light in the milk barn and the light in the goat stall area, and the dot was on, and Jeremy at one point was also charging a battery for his electric drill, and we were just breaking even. We weren't drawing from the battery or charging the battery. Without the battery charger for the electric drill, we were actually still charging our battery while we were running the lights and the Alexa dot. So we had basically run the lights all day long and nothing had changed on the percentage of battery that we had. So we'll be able to run the lights and the milk pump and the dot and probably not even touch the battery at all, probably all day, as long as we have sunlight out without any issues. The battery is a 1200 watt battery, and so I have up to 600 watts of energy that I can use stored in my battery. Because it's lead acid, again, I can't drain it to zero. I have to keep it at about 50% charged, and that's the whole point of the digital clock-like thing, is so that I can watch it and know exactly what's happening with the battery so I don't ever overextend it. So if you have any questions or comments, make sure to leave them in the comments below and I'll try to get them answered for you. So much done today, and I'm sorry that I didn't show you guys like every single step of the process, but with family helping that doesn't really want to be in YouTube videos, that's kind of how it is. We're very thankful for all the help, but I want to show you the milk room really quick that we got cleaned out and reorganized. Before we feed these guys, we have a cat and a hay feeder. I got my cart in here and we moved the feed barrel over here because this door never really needs to open all the way, so that works great. Here are my stackables, and I have one more coming. So this is gonna be pig food, alfalfa pellets, and then minerals go in here. So this little bucket will go eventually in a big bin, and then my milk stand will go right here. And I do think long term we'll have some shelving, but that is everything that goes in this milk room. So all my supplies are back in my milk stand. I think I'm gonna do some shelves for my mason jars so that my mason jars are in here when they're clean. And you guys can see how much space there is. We could even do some shelves like right there to hold things. And then of course the solar, like we've already like showed you and explained, is all right here. The battery and the inverter. It's been charging all day and running lights all day, and it's at 95.6% on my battery. That is pretty amazing. I'm really excited about getting my milk stand over here maybe next week. So let me show you a little bit more about these. These are called Vittles Vaults. We ordered them on Amazon and I'll link them in the description. So you just spin them. There's the feed, and so a big scoop will fit in there. So this will be our things that we don't have as much of. Still the big 50-gallon drum for sweet feed, since that is our main food, and I've already talked to you about hay. All right guys, is it dinner? Is it dinner? And we'll go out and see. we've already showed you like the solar panels. So let me walk around and show you what the solar panels look like from the outside. And the boys also got speakers for outside all hooked up. They were playing a minute ago, but I had to shut them off because copyrights. They were playing some Green Day. So you can't even really see the panels from out here. So you can see this is how the wire went through the roof. But there, I don't even know that because I'm gonna go downhill. You can even see them. So there, the two panels are stacked right there. Like you saw from the video earlier, so that's where they are, like location wise, is right here on the edge of the roof, so we can eventually put more if we want. Really excited because now my electricity in the barn is basically fully functional. We're gonna use it for a little while off some extension cords, and then we may come back and run some plugs and things. We'll kind of see. We don't really know where we want the plugs to be or light switches or things like that. He does have an Alexa dock for me in here, so I can just turn the lights on with my phone. But we are eventually gonna probably do like a hole through here so that the lights can stay like plugged in, that kind of thing. Let's get everybody fed really quick. We have an instant hot water heater in our house, like in our kitchen sink for like hot tea or hot chocolate or just like instant hot water for like a cup, like it's a little cup filler. And it was leaking, and I replaced that. And they wired a set of outdoor speakers for the deck. That's what they've been working on mostly this afternoon. Now they're all laughing at me because I'm not here filming. Well, whatevers. And Twiz got her head stuck in a gate today, which was ridiculous. She actually was not stuck, but she thought she was stuck, and so she just stood there. And then when I walked out here and like moved the gate like an inch, I didn't even unlatch it, I just moved it. She like pulled her head back through. It was like, go, you weren't even stuck to begin with. One day, guys, Waffles is going to ride a pig. I have faith in you, Waffles. I think you're gonna be able to do it. I don't think this is a good place for food. I think you should go back to where you were eating. You should. Look right here, boys. Don't want to eat their goat food. I tried to get Toonie to lay down today so I could really get a good look at her belly because her teats look like they're getting bigger, which is a good sign. We'd be like probably like right at a month or a little bit more than a month out from having piglets if she's pregnant. From like the last time I saw her go into that really aggressive heat, I do think she is pregnant. Mostly because Pork Chop has become like more and more aggressive toward her, and I haven't seen her go into heat, and I think he's like frustrated that she's not going into heat, and he's like always following her around and sniffing her and nudging her, and she's not tolerating it like at all anymore. Like she's barking at him, basically saying like, leave me alone. Hi buddies. You eating any of your hay that mom gave you? No, just eating grass still. There's really not a lot left in here, buds. So I'm just gonna turn the inverter off, and that will turn the lights off. And I asked this question because I didn't really understand how it worked. Like all this does is convert the power, and so I'll shut it off and it'll continue to charge in the morning once the sun comes back out. Good night, girls. See you in the morning.